welcome to a homespun house. You guys are greeting me, from Roch, and that is really, really exciting. We have been having seriously the most amazing time here. It has been really, really warm the past days, and I think since yesterday it's gotten cooler and cooler, and I'm really, really missing that really nice warm weather because we've been able to go to the sea each day, and that has been seriously fantastic. It's been so nice. Elodie has learned how to swim, which is really, really cool. She wears floaties on, and they're called Schwimmflügel, which is cute. She's learned how to do that, so that's just been a lot of fun. And she's been wanting to go swimming every day. Today, I think it's 20 degrees, and tomorrow it should be 19, so it should just get colder and colder. And I think by Saturday and Sunday it will slowly start getting, well, I mean Sunday it will start getting warmer. I think it will maybe be 26 degrees, but the first couple of days we were here, it was so warm. It was, oh goodness, I don't even know. I think it was 36 degrees. That day was a little bit too hot. So I was hoping for cooler weather. I think I hoped a little bit too hard. But because it got colder, I brought along a shawl that is beautiful. It's one that you guys have not seen at all. And Susan B. Anderson posted a picture on Instagram saying that a pattern of hers was going to be 25% off, I believe. She had 3 patterns. One was the Come What May shawl, and then other 2 were a Little House on the Prairie shawl, and then a Little House on the Prairie mini set of mittens. So I had the Come What May shawl in my favorites since it was released, basically. And this was released originally, I think, as a Knit Circus pattern. And I loved it. She knit it in the most beautiful gradient yarn. This is what it looks like. Here is, let's see, another picture of it. It's so pretty. And I love it. I thought that this was the most beautiful shawl, and when she said that there was going to be a discount, I thought, I'm going to snap it up and grab it. And I did immediately. And I had a little think about what yarn I wanted to knit it in, and I really have been loving my String Theory hand-dyed yarn, Caper Sock, and this is the Delft colorway. It's an MCN, a merino nylon cashmere, or merino cashmere nylon yarn, and I think this is by far probably the nicest merino MCN base I've knit with. It is, I say so many yarns are cloud-like, but it really is a very cloud-like yarn. It's very similar to Kristen from Wool and Vine Yarn, her Volga base. So if you guys haven't knit with that, you also should. It's heavenly, as is this. So I had so much fun knitting this. I started knitting this maybe the day after my last podcast, and I love it. I really, really love it. I can see it being another shawl that I knit. This sock yarn has how many yards? It has 400 yards of yarn. And this was all that I had left. Just this little, I think it's about an 8-gram ball. I wanted so badly, because this pattern calls for a beaded bind off. You don't have to do a beaded bind off, of course. You can do just the normal, it doesn't have a normal bind off. It uses a different technique. And I wanted to do a beaded bind off, but because I brought it with, I never really expected to finish it. I thought, okay, it's going to be so hot, who knows if I will even knit. But it ended up being cool enough that in the evenings, I just worked and worked and worked away on this the last 2 evenings because I wanted to have it done. I didn't bring a shawl. Silly me. I don't know what I was thinking. And so I'm happy that I brought this project along so that I could wear it. I just finished blocking it last night. It's nice that the sun shines through because you can see it. And I just blocked it really lightly because we are in Roch and I don't really have anything to block it with. Not that I do at home, but I have some sort of, things that I use. And I love it. I think it's so pretty. I wish I would have done a beaded bind off, but maybe that's reason for me to knit it again and do another beaded bind off. I have the same exact yarn in a really pretty dusty rose colorway. It's gorgeous. So you can wear it over your shoulders, or you can of course wear it like a shawl over your neck. But because it's not that hot at this moment, the sun is shining quite nicely, I prefer to wear it over my shoulders, but this morning I definitely had it around my neck because it was so chilly. Elodie had to wear a jacket and a hat, and Ruby was bundled up. So I knit these on my Knit Pro Rosewood 4.5 millimeter interchangeable needles. I love these. I love these so much. If anyone is thinking about getting any interchangeable needles, I say either the Rosewood or the Carbons. They are phenomenal, phenomenal needles. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think about making a special little just Christmas ornament with it. 1 or 2, I don't know how many I can get out of this. I think probably 2 little stockings I think would be fun, with some white or red toes and heels, or maybe just some stripes. I haven't decided yet, but I want to knit something with this now. So I think about maybe casting on that little project while I'm here. And now that I've finished my shawl, I am itching to knit on another shawl, and I wish that I hadn't thought, okay, it's going to be really hot, you won't really want to knit, and I wish I would have brought another possible shawl to knit. So I brought 3 projects with me. This is the first one and the main one that I worked on. I knit a teeny bit on the train ride here, but not much at all. So, and in here I have some funny little bracelets that we bought for Elodie while we were shopping around one day and getting some groceries. She didn't even know that I bought them, and I forgot to give them to her, so there's 2 of them, and they're really sweet. They're really pretty, I think. Maybe I'll keep one for myself, just as a watch memory. So I have those, and this is my current favorite Homespun house bag. I love this bag so much. I think the fabric is lovely. And this doesn't come with the bag, but I have a funny little garden rake on there. That's what I was using when I knit my shawl, just because it's summery and I love all things garden and floral, and that's not floral, but it has to do with the garden. So the next thing that I brought with, and this is in my Love Sock Wool bag, which I really adore. And this is, I think you guys haven't seen this yarn yet. It is some yarn from Drops. I got it in the sale along with a lot of other yarn. And I haven't shown you guys any of that yarn yet. And I guess it'll have to wait until we get home. But I am knitting on my, let's take out the ball band. It is Drops Fabel print superwash treated sock wool, and this is a 75-25 wool and nylon. It's not a merino, so it's definitely a bit scratchier, but it's okay. I finished the first one, so I'll show you. It doesn't feel scratchy at all, and I've heard that it washes up really, really nicely. So I knit this completely different than I've been knitting my socks, just the toe. So I did a fish lips kiss heel, which I always think looks funny, and I like how you can fold them and roll them up so easily. And I adore this colorway. So Robert calls this the Lily Faye colorway because she is, oh, I wish I would have brought a tea bag. We have some Lily Faye tea bag for Elodie, or tea. It's a children's raspberry strawberry tea, and she's a fictional book character, and I think they have a TV show about her now. And anyway, so Robert calls this or my Lily Fay yarn, and I love this colorway a lot. I really, really think it's so pretty. It's definitely my favorite of the drops colorway of their line. And I also got 2 more skeins of this exact one for my grandma, which I've already shipped to her. I have no idea if she's even received it yet. But I've had a lot of fun knitting with this and watching the different colors pop up. I still have ends to weave in. But anyway, I was talking about my toe. So I did my normal decreases, and then I waited until I had 12 stitches at the bottom, and I did I Russian grafted them together, and it gave it more of this kind of rounded toe rather than the really pointed toe that tying the loop together, tying the leftover stitches together gives. And I'm really happy with it. I just was sitting on the swing knitting it, and I thought, I really am not so much more in love with the way that I've been knitting my foot on my sock, my toe on my sock. So I thought, you know what? I always knit my baby booties with the Russian grafting. I Russian graft the foot. Yeah, the toe of that together as well. It looks like it's going to rain out here almost. I have no idea if the coloring is right, or because my camera is broken. Robert put my camera in a bag with some watermelon that wasn't sealed, and it got watermelon juice all over it, and it's broken. So I have to buy a new camera, which totally stinks because cameras are expensive. So, and I really liked my camera, but things happen, I guess. So I really like this toe. And now I'm trying to knit on these really fast because I have no socks with me. No wool socks, no cotton socks, no socks period. And I have one finished. I had a bit of it finished before we went here. I had the whole leg, and while I've been here, I knit the heel and the foot. So then I cast on my next one, and I have the cuff finished, and I've just knit 1 row on the leg. So I have these. When I'm not knitting on them, I'm knitting them on my Carbons 2.5. Okay, rewind a bit. So I'm knitting these on my Carbons 2.5, and because my gauge has loosened up a bit, I'm not sure that I love the fabric that my knitting is giving me. So I always knit 56 stitches on 2.5 for myself, but I'm wondering if I need to change to a 2mm needle. I don't know. I'll wash these, block these, and see how they... I did say wash and block. I know I had a whole rant one time about not understanding washing and blocking, but I really want to do it with these because I want to see how these soften up. Yes, so when I'm not knitting on these, I have my needles being held in my amazing little bobbins DPN holder. I adore this. I really, really love this. I saw a picture, I think Danny posted some fabric, or she either posted some of these holders in her Instagram, and I said, oh my goodness, I need that fabric. And it was a blue fabric. And I asked her if I could buy it, if she could make me one up and I could buy it from her. And then she sent me a message and said, yeah, definitely, but I have it in this color. And I said, you know what, send me both. I want to buy both of them. So, yeah, then I got both of these, and I don't remember how much money they are, $7.50, or I think it ended up coming to about €10 per each DPN cozy. And they are so fantastically made. I was really impressed by the quality of these because I was shocked that she hand stitches the inside by herself. So this is the side that she stitched, you can see, and it's definitely an invisible hand seam. And that really impressed me, because I know a lot of people would just go ahead and do that with the sewing machine. I know it's not that big of a seam, but when you're making a lot of the same thing, I think it's easy to get lazy and do that with the sewing machine. So I love this. I knew I would like it. Dropped a needle. I knew I would like it when I ordered it, but I honestly, I thought I heard Ruby. She's inside sleeping, and I'm right next to her. The door is right next to me. But yeah, I love it. And I didn't bring the blue one with me. That one's at home. So yeah, you just pop it in there, keeps your needles really nice. And I'm still working on the first skein. This is how much I have left of the first skein. It's a 50-gram ball. And then I have my second skein. So I'm really, really enjoying knitting on those a lot. The third and final project that I have with me is in my freckled whimsy bag. I have all different bags with me today. And these are my socks for Robert. Aren't I so nice? My husband with these massive size 46 feet. I'm knitting him, I've cast on another pair of socks for him. So I've gotten this far into them. I'm knitting these on Carbon's, what are they called? Carbon's fixed 2.5 60 centimeter circular needles. And this is the yarn that I'm using. Regia Trend and Classic Tweed wool. So I'm liking it. I've only knit a couple of rows on this since I've been here. Now I am on a crazy, what's up with me and not being able to think of any words today? Now I'm really wanting to finish the other pair so that I can get some socks on, because I'm sitting here without socks on and my feet are cold. I know, silly, right? All I have are sandals. I'm always a really, really light packer. I never bring a lot with me. I think I am pretty low maintenance, to be honest. I don't take a lot of clothes. I never take a lot of different pairs of shoes. Ooh, there's a wasp right next to me. Ooh, he's sitting on my project bag. One second. Okay. Hopefully I didn't look too nervous there. I'm not the hugest fan of wasps sitting on my skin, so, as I think most people are not. Yeah, so those are all the knitting projects that I brought with me, but I'm so happy that I brought this shawl. I really love it. For those of you who haven't knit it or have even seen it, I'm sure now that I've shown you some pictures, you want to go ahead and knit it too, because it's really fun. There's the lace pattern, there's this stockinette section, and there is the eyelet section with the yarn overs, and then there's a really pretty bind off. And it kind of looks like an I-cord bind off, but it's not. You'll have to buy the pattern to see what it is. And I love it. Susan's patterns are always really, really nicely written, and the lace looks so much more complicated than it is. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed knitting it, and I enjoyed every stitch of the yarn. The string theory yarn, for those of you who haven't knit with that either, I would say go ahead and order a skein of the caper sock. That's the only one that I've knit with, but I adored it. I really, really adored it. Now I'm trying to think of what I will cast on the next caper sock, what pattern I'll use for that, because I really want to feel that between my fingers again. It was just really, really a pleasure to knit with. And nice, this is now my Roch shawl, and I have been filming every single day that we've been here. I've been filming so many things that we're doing. Tuesday was Robert's birthday, so that was really, really nice. And it stinks. I'm really sad that my my camera doesn't work because now I'm not able to film each day, and my parents had so many videos from when we were little, which I wish they would put on DVD. They're all VHS and you can't really watch them anymore. I know you can go and have them put on DVD, which maybe I'll have to go and do sometime. But I love watching those. It's so much fun to watch and see those memories, and I want to create those for Elodie and Ruby and ourselves, Robert and I, to look back on as we grow old together and as our girls get older. And we've just already had so many fun and funny memories here. When we were grocery shopping the other day, Elodie really loves Elsa, and we found this clip. It like is a little circle and it has a big snowflake on it, and it clips into your hair, and it's a really big, long, thick braid. And so I braid Elodie's hair into the braid, and she has been wearing this everywhere. She went with Robert right now to go and get some warmer clothes for Ruby and Elodie. They're going to go and buy some, and a big cardigan for me. And she's wearing her big braid. And I know she'll be older and she'll watch it and she'll look at it and she'll laugh and think, oh my god, that was so cool. I loved that stupid braid. Just funny little things like that. Yeah, we've been making a lot of fun memories here, and it's been wonderful. It's really been wonderful. There is the nature everywhere. We've been grilling a lot in the evenings, and we've been staying up late. I think last night Elodie went to bed at 10:30, 11, and that was just so fantastic. It was really wonderful. And we had a really rough night the first night. That was crazy. We never obviously expected that to happen. So I think I woke up to feed Ruby sometime early in the morning. I'm going to walk with you guys while I talk. I hope I don't make you sick. So I woke up with Ruby early in the morning to feed her. Just want to make sure that Ruby's okay. Yep, she's okay. So this is where we have been. Let me just show you guys. This is where we've been spending a lot of time sitting and swinging. But anyway, so I woke up pretty late in the night to feed Ruby. And I fed her, then I laid her down and she went to bed, and I just felt so strange. I really thought, I woke up Robert and I said, Robert, I think we should bring Elodie in our bedroom. And he was like, Molly, why? She's fine, she's sleeping. And I said, no, I just have a really strange feeling. Maybe I should go and get her. And he said, again, she's sleeping, relax, don't go in there, you'll wake her up. So then I just sat there. I really just sat there, I would say for maybe an hour, doing nothing and just thinking, I need to go in there and get her. So I finally woke up Robert and I said, you know what, I'm just going to go and get her. So I went in her room and she wasn't really breathing at all. She was hardly breathing. And then I brought her into our bedroom and I said, oh my goodness, I think she's dehydrated. So I quickly grabbed her water bottle and we tried to wake her up and she would not wake up. She was so tired and so exhausted and she just couldn't really breathe. She was breathing very slowly, and it was just so scary, you know. I have a hard time really remaining calm in those situations because I just get so scared, you know, thinking about my little baby and my little baby Elodie. And then I would say maybe after 5 minutes, she started to cough, and she had that really strong seal croup cough. And I said, oh my goodness, you know, she has croup. She's had it 2 times before, but this time it sounded way worse. And we were at Roche, of course. We have no car here, and it was maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, Robert, you have to call an ambulance. We have to call the ambulance. And he said no at first. He said, it's fine, take her outside. It was another thing about this evening is we had an insane storm. It never really rains here in Roch. It's usually quite dry. And so when it rains, it really, really rains. And it was really raining. And it was thundering, lightning. It was insane. I don't know how many times I will say that, but it was. And so I wrapped her up in a blanket, and we stood under the deck, and it wasn't helping. She wasn't breathing any better. She was having such a hard time breathing. And so Robert finally decided to call the ambulance. So many things happened in the meantime. The ambulance, they didn't know how to get here. They'd never really heard of it. And so Robert had to walk with Elodie up to the main street in the rain. She's big. She's really tall. And so she weighs a lot. So he couldn't carry an umbrella with them. So he had to carry her up to the main street. The gate was locked. He ended up having to walk all the way back, which is wasted about 10 minutes, and go back up to the gate and wait for the ambulance while she is breathing extremely heavy and very, very slowly. So once the ambulance finally came, I guess, I had to stay with Ruby because you can't take babies onto the ambulance. We all could not have gotten on there. Finally got a hold of Robert's mom in the meantime. She was on her way to Roch with the car. And Robert and Elodie were in the ambulance, and because she was having such a hard time breathing, they were giving her a ventilator with some medicines inside of the ventilator. And I hope you can hear me over the wind. And then Robert, told me that Robert's mom and I should start heading to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room, and we got there, and Robert told me that they had given her some steroids to stop the swelling in her throat because she did have pseudo-croup. And they said that it was extremely good that we brought her in because her throat was swelling quite quickly at that point in time. And I could have completely cut off her airway. So we had never experienced it that bad before. And the other 2 times we were able to handle it at home. So this time he said that it was definitely necessary, that she needed that steroid, and he gave us another one to take home with us. And thank God it didn't happen again. She was extremely traumatized from the experience. I'm scared that she's going to be nervous to go to the doctor from now on. She says that she doesn't want to go to the doctor ever again. And it was so, so scary. And Ruby slept through the entire thing. She slept in the car. She slept when we were at the emergency room. She slept on the way home. She slept when we brought her home. So it was good that she was such a sport through it all. And I'm happy that Elodie's okay. She still is a bit sick. She's quite erkältet. She has a cold now. Quite runny nose, sore throat. We all have sore throats now. We must have caught it from her. And she has a cough, which I don't have and Robert doesn't have. And I hope Ruby's throat doesn't hurt because she can't say anything. So we've all been sucking on bongbongs, eucalyptus, menthol. Elodie likes the Kräuter or Salbei ones. And yeah. So that was difficult. That wasn't nice at all. The next morning, Elodie said she wants to go back to Berlin. She doesn't like being here. And I really thought about leaving at that point because I thought, when she's not comfortable here, I don't want to make her stay. But Robert said, let's give it one more evening, and we did. And she hasn't mentioned anything more about leaving. So I'm really, really happy about that we decided to stay because, like I said, we've made so many nice memories here. We've had such a nice time. and it's been really, really great. We've gone on a lot of walks. We've done a lot of exploring. Elodie's done a lot of filming herself, and it's been really fun looking back at the footage that she films, because there are often times when we're out for a walk and Robert and I are talking and she's filming and she's saying funny things to the camera. And it's just really sweet to watch the footage. Robert will put Elodie to bed, and while he puts her to bed, I just pop all the footage into my iMovie and just edit it really quickly, and then we'll watch it in the evening, or we'll watch it the next day together. But that's been a lot of fun. And now, like I said, I'm sad that I don't have the chance to do that again. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay, you know. We'll have more times, and the footage that I have is really nice too. So Robert and Elodie, I think, will be gone for maybe 2 more hours. I want to spend that time knitting on my sock. I don't think I'll leave the property. I think I will just, like I said, stay here, relax a bit, do a bit of knitting, and I'll probably drink some coffee. I've already had my fair share of coffee today, but because it's cool, it's so nice to just have that warm cup of coffee with a couple of chocolates. Renata, oh my goodness, this place, first of all, they made look wonderful for us. It was so fantastic. Can you hear the owl? I always think about my Grandma Sue when I hear those. Yeah, she made it just wonderful for us. There's a massive cupboard filled with sweets, which we haven't even really broken into because we don't really eat that many sweets, to be honest. But today was the first day that I broke into the chocolates, and I had 2 this afternoon while I did a little bit of sock knitting, and I think I'll have 2 more with they're what are they? They're Kinder Schokobonbons, or Schokobons, and they're so yummy. They have little teeny tiny pieces of hazelnuts in them, and they're really delicious. So I think maybe I'll make a fresh cup of coffee, do a little bit of knitting, sit on the swing, and just enjoy the rest of my day. I am so happy that I was able to get this out to you, even though my camera is completely broken. Like I said, I'm recording on my MacBook. The quality isn't the most amazing, but it's an episode. It is a little message and a little hello from me to you, and just to let you know that I'm having the most wonderful time. I'm having the most fantastic time. We leave soon, in a couple of days, and then we'll come back again. We're coming back again in the end of July. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. We're having a nice party here tomorrow on Saturday, and it will be so much fun. I can't wait. I really, really cannot wait. You guys all have a fantastic weekend. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope you're knitting wonderful things. I hope that it's not too hot, because the week before we left to come here, I didn't really knit at all because I didn't want to. It was way too hot in Berlin. I tried to knit and I just couldn't. I couldn't keep it on my lap with it. Having no AC, I think it's basically impossible to knit on anything. I even tried to knit on socks, and it was just too hot and too sticky and too warm between my fingers. So the cooler weather now is perfect for that, and I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to go and drink a nice cup of coffee, sit on the swing, eat a couple of chocolates, and knit on my Drops Fabel Lily Fay socks. You guys all have a fantastic weekend. Bye.
Ich möchte, dass du bitte zu mir herkommst und dich eincremst. Hast du die Sonnencreme, Molly?
What do you have in your hand, Missy? A Schnissy?
It's stuck.
What are you going to do with that? Does it help you so you can...
Eine Taschenlampe.
Oh!
Eine Taschenlampe Elodie has.
Ich guck hier am Boden, ob hier was schwächer ist. Ich guck hier am Boden, ob hier was schwächer ist. Siehst du die Blätter und da ist ein Blätter, also es sind viele Blätter, aber wir gehen jetzt los.
Wer ist denn das?
Ah, what is? Someone looks a little tired.
Von dir, Ali.
From me?
Ja? Ja, hallo, wer ist da? Ah, hallo.
We're on our way to the lake again.
Im See. Im Tierpark.
In Tierpark?
Ja?
What is it? What is Tierpark? Which way do we go? Ah, okay, good that you know. Oops. There. Oh, look, there's the sand. There's the sand right ahead. How fast can you run to the sand without getting hurt? It's Ariel.
Was?
It's Ariel.
Bist du?
Look how amazing Ariel swim. Or Ariel Rapunzel schwimmt.
Ich mag bei dir.
Is that cool?
Ich muss dich schnell